what really attracted you to make you start thinking that the New York Jets would be the next team you would play for?
Well, they smoked us last year, so I knew they had a good team. We got to practice against them a couple years ago, and I got to get to know Robert a little bit more. And I've always loved what he's all about. We played him in San Fran a few times, and mostly they got the best of us. But I liked the way that he was leading, his coaching style. A big reason I'm here, a guy I mentioned, is Nathaniel Hackett, who's here. Hack and I became really close friends for 3 years in Green Bay, and I love him like a brother, and I believe in him, and I'm really happy to be back working with him again. Obviously, Joe has got a great track record so far of drafting some incredible players, but it takes a system, and obviously Robert has the right sauce, so I'm excited about getting to work with him and Brick and Marquand, former teammate of mine, and it's a great staff. But you know, I'm an old guy, so I want to be a part of a team that can win it all, and I believe that this is a place we can get that done.
Was there any point where you thought maybe that this trade would not happen, and when did you know for sure that you were going to be a Jet?
Not really. I believed it was going to happen the entire time. Just a matter of, I think, waiting each other out. My intention coming out of the darkness was to pursue this opportunity, and I enjoyed the meeting with, Woody and Christopher came out. These two guys, Hack, Jaime, and I just got a great feel with all those guys about the possibility. And as I leaned into it, getting back into some more strenuous workouts, I just really believed that this was where I was supposed to be. A lot of things had to come together, and I believe there was some major synchronization to make this happen. But I'm excited about the opportunity here. I always believed this was possible, and things moved pretty quickly on Monday, and thankfully I'm here now.
So you obviously said with Pat and AJ that you would have liked more direct communication about moving on from you. Then Brian comes out and says, we tried to, he just didn't respond. What actually happened this offseason between the two sides that led us to where we are now?
Well, I don't know if I need to really get into the specifics. I will say people that know me, I'm fortunate to live in a beautiful house. The only downside is I have very limited cell service. So if you want to get a hold of me, I have to see your face. You got to FaceTime me. So the only response to the communication thing is there's records in your phone about who called you, when, FaceTime, and there wasn't any specific FaceTimes from any of those numbers that I was looking at. That's neither here nor there because we're at this position. Obviously, that's somehow what the direction they wanted to go as far as they couldn't get a hold of me, which led for this to be the case. My point was if there was a change that wanted to be made, why wasn't that told to me early in the offseason? Now, obviously, my future was undecided at that time. I didn't know if I wanted to keep playing. I wanted to go into my darkness retreat and sit with it and contemplate. But when I came out, it was evident that it was retire or move on to a new team.
How driven are you to win for this fan base, which hasn't been to the playoffs since 2010, the longest stretch in professional sports for the 4 different leagues right now?
It's exciting. The Jets have an incredible, passionate fan base. I saw that last year at Lambeau. Obviously, about Fireman Ed and his passion for the team. I think that's an exciting draw to this as well, as being a part of something special. I grew up watching old VHS tapes of the Super Bowls, and so obviously I know about the guarantee and Broadway Joe. Been a while since then. I noticed walking in this morning that Super Bowl III trophy is looking a little lonely. So.
You're here for 2023, and then we'll see what happens, or do you view this as more than a one-year thing right now?
Yeah, right now I'm just going to focus on this season, and I'm excited about being here. I expect to be here for the duration of the off season, and I'm excited to get to know my new teammates and the coaching staff and the organization, and obviously I have a background with Coach Hackett and that offense, but I'm excited about just diving in and being a part of this group and getting to know some of the names of my teammates, and also I'm excited about working with all you guys. I've heard a lot about the New York media, and excited to see what that's all about.
What do you think winning a championship for a New York franchise that hasn't won one in decades would do for your historical standing in the sport?
Well, I mean, I don't really know about the historical standing in the sport. I think more from this organization standpoint, it'd be really special. There's some iconic names that have played here, probably none more iconic than number 12. And I heard what he said about unretiring his number, but to me, 12 is Broadway Joe, and I didn't want to even go down that path, and I'm excited about going back to my college number. But there's something special about playing in a city for a team like this with a storied franchise. And the, you know, obviously going way, way back to Super Bowl III, to be a part of something special would definitely help you go down in the history of an organization. Already have 18 years in an incredibly iconic organization, and it'd be fun to be a part of the history of this one as well.